Hello and welcome to another video. Today is the Paleontology Iceberg for 100 subscribers. And make sure to like and subscribe to gain knowledge because knowledge is good and you can get more of these videos as well as my other videos. I'm going to pause this right here so that you can take a peek at the iceberg. Land. 3 eras. The 3 eras of Earth are the Paleozoic, Mesozoic, and Cenozoic, which then can be split up into different periods. Famous creatures. Many creatures throughout history are very famous for their sheer might, like Tyrannosaurus, significance in science like Utyrannus, or weirdness like Scansoriopteryx. The last ice age. The most recent ice age was the last ice age, which ended about 10,000 years ago and had strange creatures in it like the mammoth, and was also the start to the very first humans. Sauriskia and Ornithischia. When the dinosaurs first evolved in the Triassic, Sauriskia contained massive predators like the Tyrannosaurus and Sauropods, which were huge long-necked creatures like Brachiosaurus, which then Ornithischia split off into at the very, very beginning, creating creatures like the Hadrosaurs and Ceratopsians. Sauropods. Sauropods were a group of large dinosaurs that ate plants and had very long necks. These creatures are icons in the films like Jurassic Park and The Land Before Time. Feathers. It is certain that some dinosaurs, like the speedy Dromaeosaurus, had feathers, while others have speculative feathers based on other dinosaurs in its family that existed, like Utyrannus and Psittacosaurus being tied to Tyrannosaurus and Triceratops. Prehistoric cryptids. Most cryptids, like Mokele, Membe, and the Ropin, are supposed to be prehistoric animals, but these animals are very, very obscure to science. There's very little proof, if not any, and the depictions are very inaccurate to today's standards. Surface. After Man. After Man is a speculative project and book made by paleontologist and geologist Dougal Dixon about an Earth 50 million years in the future, about the animals that inhabited it. Dracorex. Dracorex hogwartsia is a type of pachycephalosaur, but later studies after its discovery show that it was just a juvenile Pachycephalosaurus wyomingensis. Hence the horns and flatter skull, as opposed to the less horns and bigger dome skull of the later Pachycephalosaurs. Nomen dubia. This term is given to an animal with a name that is not scientifically described, and is quite literally a dubious name. Dinosaur pigments. Quite a few dinosaurs have evidence of color in their feathers, like the brown and white Sinosauropteryx or the black primitive bird Archaeopteryx. Utyrannus. Utyrannus hallei is a massive primitive tyrannosaur from China. Utyrannus is also the largest dinosaur to have direct evidence of feathers, blowing the second place 6.5-foot Bapiasaurus out of the water. Because of these feathers, many scientists believe that Tyrannosaurus, a larger, more distant cousin of the Utyrannus, had feathers, but only in smaller chunks, as there have been multiple scale and skin evidences of the Tyrannosaurus rex on its head and throughout its back. The road trike prank. This prank was carried out in England and by anti-evolutionists to be proof of living dinosaurs. But as the title suggests, this was a mere prank by 2 humans. Let's say that they are. Yichi. Yichi is a small insectivore from the late Jurassic in China. It glided on small wings made of skin and is related to Scansoriopteryx. Scansoriopteryx and their relatives, which were not Yichi, might have used their long fingers to drill into tree branches and trunks, like the modern-day lemur, the eye. Now we're going on to the open waters. Longi Squama feathers. Longi Squama is a dinosaur ancestor, but no direct evidence of feathers has been found on this creature, although it may have had some. Old Dinosaurus. Before the 40-foot duck became a duck, scientists thought that the Dinosaurus was a carnivore. The only fossil remains before 2014 were two huge arms found in Mongolia. The left is old Dinosaurus, and the new one is on the right. As you can see, Dinosaurus looks like a duck, and it probably behaved like a duck, being an omnivorous, huge creature. It also has a hump, as opposed to the old one. Tyrannosaurus Balloon. Some scientists think that the Tyrannosaur Tarbosaurus is a species of Tyrannosaurus, because Tyrannosaurus is not a species of Tyrannosaur, but instead a genus, which contains species like T-Rex. Some scientists think that Tarbosaurus is a separate creature, separate genus, because Tarbosaurus is smaller, it lives on the opposite side of the world, it lives in a different habitat, and there is possible evidence for a throat balloon, which will be explored in depth later. Strange cryptid videos on YouTube. When I used to watch these videos when I was little, like 6 years old, and I got a little bit scared, but now with a bigger brain, I find these videos funny because the people who are in them have no idea about any of the creatures being discussed because they're all very inaccurate, such as this very pixelated pterosaur-esque thing. These were popular around 2012 to 2016, and the road trike prank from earlier is something that was in these videos. The original mammoth. The original mammoth, or Adam's mammoth, needs no explanation, and it looks like either a knockoff kaiju or something right out of Area 51. And this was a genuine scientific paper thing of the mammoth. The depths. Indominus Rex true combination. The picture on screen may be the identity of the mysterious Indominus Rex from Jurassic Park, although this was made before the movie came out. SCP-682 Truth. The original photo of the popular SCP-682, is really a beluga's skull with decomposing fat around it, as this is what it looks like when a decomposing mammal is being decomposed, as many other cryptids like Trunco have been misidentified as these. After the first photo got surfaced on the internet, which is this one, the original photo fell into obscurity and the SCP got way more traction than it should have. Triceratops isn't real. Many people think that the popular dinosaur Triceratops is actually juvenile Torosaurus. This cannot be the truth, since Torosaurus is smaller than the Triceratops, and only a couple creatures throughout history have gotten smaller as they matured, such as the paradoxal frog. But no instances of this have been showed up in dinosaurs, let alone advanced ceratopsians. Finally, the abyss. Triceratops feather evidence. In 2014, paleontologists found dimples in a Triceratops back found in the Hell Creek Formation in Montana. Some people think that the dimples indicate feathers, while others think that they don't. Triceratops may have also had feathers based on the small dinosaur Psittacosaurus. And finally, the final thing, the Tarbosaurus Balloon. Tarbosaurus Batar is a large Tyrannosaur from Mongolia. When scientists went there for an expedition, they came back with Tarbosaur skin patches on the throat, which may indicate a medium-sized throat pouch or a balloon, much like the modern-day frigate. And that's going to end it for today. If you liked this video, make sure to explore some of my other videos.